making some yummy, fresh made, homemade hot cocoa. And this one has 0 calories. Welcome to Coach Mo's cooking show. Years ago, I had a show on Periscope called What's Cooking with Coach Mo. Today we're just making hot chocolate from scratch. I did this years ago. I gave it as presents, and it's really creamy and yummy. I am watching my sugar, so I'm going to try a second recipe after I make this original one, because you make it with powdered sugar, and there's a lot of powdered sugar. So, let's get started. And I like to use my mom's bowls. It just makes you feel closer to some people who aren't here, you know, for the holidays. So, alright, first ingredient for the homemade hot chocolate mix to make it creamy is the powdered milk. Dry powdered milk. You want 3 cups of dry powdered milk. You want a really good, like, name brand one, but if you can't find anything, because it's hard to find anything now, just use what you have. It will kind of affect the taste, but it's okay. It's hot chocolate, and you can always add milk to it if you want. So 3 cups of dry non-fat whole milk. Have my little note there. And then here's the part that gets you, the 2 cups of powdered sugar. One of the reasons I try to stay away from powdered sugar, I have a weird corn allergy, along with my other allergies, but cornstarch and corn syrup, again, that's another set of my mom's bowls. This whole thing is like a set. The cornstarch just makes my throat really scratchy, and you'll hear me go, and it just drives me nuts. And it makes me really itchy. So, that's powdered sugar. All right, so we have 3 cups of dry non-fat milk or whole milk powder, 2 cups of powdered sugar, and now we're going to add 1.5 cups of dark, I'm doing special dark Hershey's cocoa. It smells good. Now don't eat this by itself, because there is no sugar in this whatsoever, and so I did use the Hershey's dark on this one. No, they are not sponsoring this Vlogmas, but they could, because we use it a lot. Alright, so I'm going to add the cocoa, because that's the most important part. Now, you could be done here. Some people like to add shredded white chocolate or dark chocolate and put it in the mix, so when you make it, it melts. I like to just add the white chocolate chips whole, because as you cook it, it'll melt a little bit. And then it's not so bad to have it in there. It makes it a little creamier. So we're going to add 1.5 cups. That was 1.5 cups of cocoa. We're adding 1.5 cups of chips. And it smells really good. It smells like hot cocoa. Just stir it up without making a mess. Oh, and I like these chocolate chips. I should tell you about the chips. So they're white morsels. And Nestle actually has a Simply Delicious version. You guys know I have all kinds of food allergies. And so I really pay attention to labels. They are gluten-free, and they only have like 3 or 4 ingredients. So it's organic cane sugar, organic tapioca starch. I can do tapioca starch. So I wonder if I could mix that with sugar and cornstarch next time. Rice syrup oil and rice melted dextrin. So they do have ingredients and products for people who, like me, have, you know, sensitivities or issues. Now, if you wanted this to be dairy-free, I'm not really sure what you could do for that. And next, I'm going to show you how I make little gifts with this. Although I don't know if I'll be sharing gifts of this year. It will just be probably used here. So let me get that ready for you. What I like to do is, I love mason jars, and you can just fill it up in the mason jar and just put you know, all the fun hot cocoa stuff in here. And then when you get towards the top, I like to add marshmallows. Now that's a huge mason. This will be for here for my house. So what I like to do is a 1/3 cup is what you use to make the hot cocoa with. And so I do like a heaping 1/3 cup and put that in there. And look how cute, it's a little baby mason jar. And there's a little part on the front here if you want to put a label with somebody's name. And then I put, I like the mini marshmallows. You could get even tinier marshmallows. These are the mini ones, but I think I've actually seen smaller. And I just fill that to the top with the marshmallows. I would print out the recipe and, you know, for directions for them. So it's just a 1/3 cup of the hot cocoa mix. 1 cup of almond milk, coconut milk, whatever milk you want. Warm that up. You probably could use water, but I think milk will taste better. And you put a little ribbon and stuff on top. And it's just a cute little gift to take over someone's house. I know we're not going anywhere this year to see people, but you could make them up and give them to them when we finally can. I'm hoping in January, right? So that's just a cute little gift. That's a 1 serving right there. So now for the large one, I wanted to show you this cool little trick I have. This is going to fill possibly 2 mason jars. So it makes a lot. And like I said, a 1/3 cup is what you use. So that's 1 filled. But I want to share a tip with you that I learned this year that blew my mind. So our 24-year-old loves Parmesan cheese on his pasta, like loves it, like goes through it like crazy. And so I learned that the cap of a Parmesan cheese container will fit on a mason jar. Actually, it will fit on the smallmouth mason jar, which I did not just fill up. So I'm going to put some in here. So it goes on the smallmouth mason jar. And then the cool thing is, once you fill it up, which I will do with this one, you can just measure out a 1/3 cup. You don't even have to take the lid off. So I need to get a whole bunch more of these. And they're Christmassy because they're green, right? Look how cute that is. So just a cute little tip I thought you would like. Now I'm going to get ready. And I'm going to heat up my milk. And I'm going to use one of my favorite mugs here. I went to find it. And I couldn't find it. And I realized that I had put all of the candy that I got from T&G in August, that Ernie and I got, in the mug. It's like a little display on in my kitchen. And this really interesting gum that they gave us. So I had to take that out, and I'm going to put some of the hot cocoa in here. Before I do that, I'm going to show you the other little twist if you're watching your sugar that you can use. All this powder stuff is making a mess. Alright, so I halved the recipe, and I did 1.5 cups of non-fat dry milk, 1 cup of powdered sugar, but the powdered sugar I used this time is a replacement powdered sugar. I use the Swerve brand. I've never used this before until Thanksgiving. I added it to the cranberries that I wanted to use. And I didn't really need to do that. I mean, the cranberries are a little bitter. So, and the other one I use is all real sugar. So this is what I replaced with it. And now I'm going to make a cup with it. So I did it. It looks a little darker. I didn't put the chips in here. And I'm going to go make my cup now. All right. I have heated up my coconut milk because I love coconut milk. I have my favorite little mug here. I did put the chips inside. We're going to see how that works with these ones. And then it's 1 cup of milk. Make sure you guys can see this here. I don't want to burn anything or myself. Hopefully it fits in here. Whew. All right, so maybe I poured a little too much. I do that with all my drinks. And then just mix it up. Mix and mix and mix and mix. Mix and 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 mix. Channeling my inner 2 cent there. We do love our Vegas vloggers. They are mentioned at least once a day in our house, if not more. We're watching it. The kids come down. We explain who they are. Yeah, it's the Vegas vlogger community has been a great support during this past year, and we thank all of you for that. We have so many new friends, and it's just been some will probably never meet. I shouldn't say that because we're going to try Rocktober next year. Some live close enough, I think we could drive to meet them next year, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So you want to mix it really good. I doubt you want to watch me do that for an hour and a half. So, plus my son is going to need the kitchen in about 2 minutes. As soon as the oven preheats. He's making some Christmas cookies. Alright, so that's as stirred as I'm going to let it get to be here. Now this is the one with the swerve, okay? I already know what the other one tastes like because I made that for years. It's really good and creamy. You can add cream to it. You can add more milk to it. There's the oven's preheated, so I will finish this up. And then, see how hot it is. Take a sip. Oh wow, that's pretty good with the swerve. Because there's 0 calories in the swerve. Powdered sugar is 120 calories per quarter cup. And this is 0 calories, so pretty excited over that. Plus I get all scratchy and itchy. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you make it. Pick a cool mug. And happy Vlogmas, everybody.